Is it a ripoff of Alien? How are the special effects? Do we care about any of the characters? All this and more in a brand new review. Hello, everyone. Just before we get started, I just want to throw out a cheap plug for the What Were They Thinking podcast. During the month of April, we will be doing Viewers' Choice Month, of course. Every week in April, every Tuesday in April, we'll be discussing a new film that you guys got to pick. So yeah, on the first Tuesday in April, it will be the Garbage Pail Kids movie. So thank you for that. And every following Tuesday, we will release another one. So stay tuned. WWTT Podcast on Twitter. Follow us there. You can check out the What Were They Thinking Facebook page. And also, What Were They Thinking playlist right here on the Game It All channel. Check it out. Okay, here we are talking about this week's. It's not going to be a weekly thing, guys. I'm not going to say this week's. It's just whenever I go. We're talking about the film Life, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson, and others. Basically, the movie has been accused of being an Alien ripoff, and it's not a ripoff, but it's pretty close to Alien. We get 6 astronauts who collect a sample of some sort of life from Mars. They test it, and it seems to be harmless at first until things go awry. And of course, they discover that it is much more lethal than they could have imagined, because this is a horror movie, and basically, it is the reason people are saying it's like Alien is because there is a thing crawling around on the ship threatening their lives. Even its face kind of looks like the alien from Alien, but that doesn't take away from it too much, because it's a rather fun movie. It's fun. It's very violent and tense. The horror and the tension are really well done by the director, whose name escapes me, who I probably should have noted, but I didn't. But it is written by the same team that wrote Deadpool. And I think you get a similar vibe just off of Ryan Reynolds' lines alone, because he definitely plays the comic relief in this film. Jake Gyllenhaal is the lead, make no mistake about that. The trailer, I wasn't sure from the trailer, but yes, Jake Gyllenhaal is definitely the lead actor, followed by Rebecca Ferguson, followed by Ryan Reynolds, I would say. There are other performers in it as well. There is one interesting quirk with a character who actually is in a wheelchair, but you only kind of get that in passing, because obviously they're in space, they're floating around, so you see him doing the same thing. But I mean, I don't know how to say this. Good leg acting, but he does this subtle thing that while he's like floating in the absence of gravity. That is really believable, and it was kind of cool and a neat little twist on that character. What can I say about about the film overall? Like I said, it's a good movie. The special effects are very well done. There's a lot of CG, but I mean that's to be expected here. The creature itself is kind of cool, kind of unique. I don't think I ever saw anything that looked quite like it. Like I said, the face is a little close to Alien from Alien, but I mean that's about it. I enjoy the scenes in space, which is basically the entire film that takes place in space, are really well done. It looks really realistic. The entire film makes you feel like you are right there. The biggest thing actually that makes you feel like you're right there as well is the cinematography, because at times the camera almost moves with these characters who are floating around on the ship, and even goes like a little bit like upside down, topsy-turvy at times. And while it can turn your stomach maybe a little bit, as Mariah may have had happened to her, but she's okay, don't worry. She's also got a new haircut. Make sure you mention that when you see her. It's yeah, that kind of that style of camera work really puts you in the middle of the film, and it's kind of that's kind of unique too. I don't remember seeing that a whole lot in a lot of other movies, especially the whole moving upside down thing. That was different. What can I say? There are some flaws, obviously, to this movie. You do have 6 astronauts, and the movie only runs 94 minutes until not including the 10-minute long credits. so you don't get a whole lot of time for characterization. You get a little bit about Jake Gyllenhaal's character. You hear that he's been in space for over 400 days, and he kind of doesn't want to go back down to Earth. He's a lot more comfortable with his family of astronauts up in the spacecraft. I say and a lot. I apologize. That's just who I am. You get Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds doesn't really get a whole lot. I mean, you learn that he's a bit of a mechanic back down on Earth, but that's about it. Like I said, he's basically the comic relief. You get a little bit on the man who kind of takes care of the specimen, I guess. Like I said, he is the man that is in a wheelchair normally back down on Earth, so they get a little character background on him. But for the most part, I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, they're not like a slasher film characters, but they're not really that they're not really that fully developed. But it's fine. I mean, it's one flaw. There are a couple of minor ones, but overall, like, it's an enjoyable movie. The special effects are quite good. The tension is good. Like, anytime there's a scene where you're not sure where the creature is, it's all done really well. There's not too many cheap jump scares. I mean, it's a good time at the movies, and I'm gonna give it a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I guess all I could say at this point is, Mariah, what'd you think of the movie? I don't know if you picked that up, but she said it was awesome. Thanks, guys. Peace.